Hello, U-Boat Sim fans. Welcome back for the latest update in the devlog series of U-Boat Sim. If you're part of the Discord, you're probably already familiar with all of the work that we've been doing and some of the announcements we have in the backlog. If you're not, go ahead and take a few minutes, jump in the Discord, say hello, start following up because we release really cool info, pictures, and have really great discussions that if you're a U-Boat Sim fan, you'd probably enjoy. The other thing I wanted to mention is we have some really exciting news coming up. I'm unfortunately unable to share it yet. We're still working on it. However, we think that it's going to be very exciting for the U-boat community in general. Not just fans of U-boat sims, but any fan of any U-boats across the board. So keep a lookout for those updates in just a few weeks. And until then, I'm just going to jump right in and talk to you guys about what we've done in the last few weeks to U-boat sim to make some forward progress. So first of all, in the game, if you press and hold E, you're going to have a little radio pop-up menu. This is going to be how we're going to show what's in your inventory and allow you to select different items. So for now, we've got two items here. We have a chronometer and a torch. The chronometer is basically a stopwatch. If you right-click, you can zoom in, view it with some high accuracy. If you click, you stop. Click again, you restart. A pretty straightforward component. And if you press the 1 key, currently it's assigned to the first inventory slot, you're able to hide it and show it just with the 1 key. For the flashlight, same idea. You have the torch or flashlight in the second inventory slot. You can either click it via the menu, or you could just hold E, hover over it, hover out again, and that's how you equip and unequip different items between your inventory slots. So we're going to use this, we're going to enhance it. We're going to allow you to drag and drop and do a few other things, make it really, really easy to interact with the game world. The other thing we're doing is when you have something like a chronometer taking up your right hand, you're unable to interact with valves and wheels and other things in the game world. So we're going to probably figure out a way to allow you to move the chronometer from one hand to the other or make it a little bit more natural so you don't have to constantly be bringing up items and hiding them. With the flashlight currently, you're still able to interact because the theory is it's in the other hand. But we'll still play with the system and figure out the best way to achieve this. Now I'm going to walk through the boat and kind of run to the conning tower because that's the other place we've made some changes to the model to make it a little bit more realistic and a little bit more friendly. So I'm just going to run through these ladders here. I need some updating, of course, but once I'm up in the conning tower, you'll notice that the height has been adjusted, so it's a little bit more realistic. With our character, we could barely see past the tower itself. And if we step up onto these little ledges, we're now able to get a better view. So we're able to look past the tower and down onto the deck if we need to. And again, we now have colliders across the board over here, so you're able to stand up and do your job a little bit better if you're on the lookout, for instance. So some work on these colliders. Across the board, it's a little bit more natural feeling. You can walk all the way across to the end of the winter garden here. And again, just making it a little bit friendlier for the game itself. You're, of course, unable to collide with this. And we've made some updates, and I'll show you what I mean, to the conning tower itself. So if we walk in, we try to walk into the conning tower, we now have a collider that's a little bit more accurate. You're able to even jump onto this little portion over here of the compass housing. Oop. All right. Next up, we have these railings. So the railings do their job and actually keep you from falling off the boat. So in rocky seas, if you're going from side to side, they will prevent you again with colliders from falling off the boat. And even back here, these little pylons actually are colliders, so you could jump on top of them. We have colliders going all the way to the back of the boat. So once again, I'm just adding some quality of life updates to the colliders across the board on the deck and the conning tower. You'll probably notice that we still have the old textures here. Still working on texturing to get this looking beautiful. So that's going to come up soon. We have the wires for the antenna textured now. I'll probably update these textures, make them a little bit nicer. But yeah, that's the progress so far. So once again, we have our chronometer. Hotkey 1 or press E to bring up the little inventory wheel. And we have our torch. Again, hotkey 2 or E to bring up the little inventory wheel. And we're going to be adding a few more items to the inventory. That way when you play with it, you'll have a little bit, more to do than just looking at a stopwatch and a flashlight. All right. Thank you for checking in on the U-Boat Sim progress. We're gonna, like I mentioned, announce some really cool things coming up in a few weeks. But until then, hopefully you get a chance to play with our alpha. It's out on itch.io. Just install the itch.io client like you would Steam, and it'll take care of not only downloading the game for you, but keeping it updated. So whenever we push an update, you always have the latest and greatest. So thank you again, and talk to you soon.